Hi everyone, welcome to the video tutorial series for our newly released software, Breedcow Lite. This is the first video where we'll give you a quick overview and the basics of getting started. There's more videos coming soon which will go into a lot more depth. So just to briefly introduce Breedcow Lite, we've released this as another tool in our Breedcow and Dynamo software package, which has a range of calculators and tools available free of charge. So you would use Breedcow Lite to analyse a management change in a grazing enterprise at the farm level. So how does the management change affect the gross margins, the profitability, and the physical herd? This is the landing page for the software package, and to get here, you can Google Breedcow as one word, and it is usually the first link that appears. From this landing page, first-time users will need to register, otherwise you can click Login. You can have a read of the terms of use here. Effectively, the data that you enter into this software, it's private, it's yours. We can't access it unless you share it with us. There's also a link here to contact us if you need assistance with this software package. Now to get to the tools within this package, the link is here in this top banner. There's 9 tools that are available for use. They will each make calculations and provide different outputs depending on your analysis requirements. Today, we're focusing on Breedcow Lite, which is already selected. So you enter your name of your new scenario and press Save to put it in your list of files. Your options then are to open the file, delete the file, copy, share with another registered Breedcow and Dynamo user, or archive to remove it from your list of files. Today, we're going to open. So this is Breedcow Lite. It's one page with 3 sections: the instructions, inputs, and results. The instructions I will let you read in your own time, but importantly there's links here to the Breedcow wiki, which goes into a lot more detail of the assumptions behind our model. With our inputs, there's only 13, so we're really excited. It's a lot more user-friendly than Breedcow Plus and will only take about 2 minutes to complete your analysis. So these are your 13 drivers that you will need to input. They're split up into gainers, drainers, planners, scanners, and sustainers. They're just catchy ways to think about all the different levers that a producer can pull. Each of these inputs has links to further extension information and resources. For example, let's see what land condition shows. So it takes you to an article on future beef that shows you the difference between A, B, and C condition. Back on Breedcow Lite, there's also tips if you hover over the question marks in the right-hand column. We suggest that you enter your properties numbers as much as possible in the input section, but if you need help getting started, you can choose low, medium, or high production figures to get you in the ballpark. Today, we're going to do a scenario analysis, so let's start with high. Let's drop our average lightweight gain down to 170 kilos per head per year. We'll leave our conception, preg test empty sales, and calf loss. Breeder mortality, we might lose 4%. Join at 1 year old and sell our excess heifers at 1.5. Let's start by turning off our steers as weaners. And to get all these production figures, we put significant inputs into our cows. So let's do $25 per head per year. No wet season P will leave our average prices, and our long-term carrying capacity in terms of adult equivalents, highly unlikely to be 1,000 neat. So let's change that to 678. So then you press calculate and scroll down to the results section. So we've got our financial results and our physical results, herd structure, our herd numbers. And we also have drop downs for more information. Those results are populated now. So our gross margin per adult equivalent after interest is $278, and our gross margin for the herd after interest is $188,700. We are selling 174 steers. Our total breeders mated is 464, and we're producing 139 kilos of beef per adult equivalent. So that's interesting, but the beauty of Breedcow Lite is in the comparison. So let's scroll back up. Now you can do up to 5 scenarios side by side here. So let's have a look at changing our age of turnoff up to 2.5 years old and see what that does to our financial and physical results. So our results have appeared. So our gross margin has bumped up to 355. So that's a huge increase. And our gross margin for the herd after interest is also bumped up. Now, if you want to see specifics, you can press compare to populate this column here. So let's compare scenario 1 to scenario 2. Now you can see that the exact amount that our gross margin has increased. So our herd after interest has gone up by 52,300. We're actually selling less steers and bullocks because we're holding on to them for longer. They're growing bigger and they're taking up more of our adult equivalent constraint. You'll notice the same thing with our total breeders mated. We're breeding less because we have more steers that are growing for longer and growing to bigger. So let's do one final one and let's hold on to our steers to 5.5 years old. Press calculate. It's gone back down to $209 gross margin per adult equivalent after interest. So you could do an analysis and go through all your different ages and see which is most profitable. You can analyze a range of different management strategies. What if you even more input costs in and improved your conception and lowered your mortality even further? What does that look like in terms of your financial and physical results? So that's pretty much Breedcow Lite. I'll just run through one more thing, which is the Progress to Full Breedcow Plus button here. So your latest scenario in edit, which in this case is scenario 3, if we press this button, it'll take you to the Breedcow Plus file and it's already pre-populated with all our figures from that scenario 3. So all our background assumptions are already inputted in here. So this is a good place to tweak it if you want to make really specific adjustments or really specific analysis. For example, if you wanted to sell your steers over 2 ages rather than at one specific age of turn-off, this is a good way to do it. Now to get back to Breedcow Lite, you can press the back button. Otherwise, you can always press Tools. It will take you back to the main screen, press Breedcow Lite, and reopen your file, and you're back to where you were. So that's Breedcow Lite. Have a go. You might find some extra profitability in your herd.